Catan is probably my favorite board game. Yeah, that might be a bit of a boring take, but if I'm hanging out with people who don't really play board games, I'm not gonna whip out Puerto Rico or Unfair. Catan is tried and true, simple enough for anyone to enjoy, and if you hate Catan, you're just unlucky. That being said, whenever I play, my brain rot flares up and I start thinking stuff like, how quickly can a game of Catan be won? And, well, that's exactly what we're gonna figure out today. The goal of Catan is to get 10 victory points, and the absolute quickest way to do so on paper is by building all 5 victory point development cards, getting longest road, and then building a settlement. To do all this, you'll need 24 resources. Here's the math. Anyway, there are technically 4 variations for the fastest game of Catan possible. 3 players and 4 players, which are then broken up into trading and no trading. Trading sees an idyllic world where you ace all your speech checks and every player gives you all their resources. No trading sees the bleak reality of Catan where you have to steal all you need. The reason I made all these variations is because, well, my original findings were a little anticlimactic and I wanted to pad the video's length. Also, I will not be calling the resources by their official names. These are clay, wood, rock, wheat, and sheep. Who calls this guy wool? Anyway, here's what the board needs to look like for the fastest game possible. The order players place their settlements doesn't really matter so long as these are the last 4 placed. Each player gains the resources that their second settlement touches, and we want to start with 4 wood, 3 sheep, 2 rocks, and 3 clay. Starting with red, we roll an 8, which gives red 2 rocks and orange a rock and 2 clay. Then blue rolls a 6, giving red 1 wheat, orange 1 sheep, and white and blue 1 sheep and 1 wheat. Orange then rolls a second 6, once more giving red 1 wheat, orange 1 sheep, and white and blue 1 sheep and 1 wheat. Orange then uses their infinite charisma to negotiate for blue's 3 sheep, 2 wheat, 1 wood, and 1 clay, red's 4 rocks, 1 wood, and 2 wheat, and white's 4 sheep, 2 wheat, and 1 wood, offering absolutely nothing in return. Consequently, with 4 wood, 9 sheep, 5 rocks, 5 clay, and 6 wheat, orange builds 3 roads, connecting their other 2 to create a network of 5, giving them longest road and 2 victory points, then builds 5 development cards, miraculously drawing the 5 that provide a victory point, then builds a settlement, giving them their 10th victory point in 1 turn, specifically 3 dice rolls. This method needs 25 resources, 1 more than the absolute minimum, but is quicker. See, you can't play a development card on the turn you build it, so building road building requires a minimum of 5 dice rolls. As you could go first and buy the road building development card on your first turn, but then you'd have to wait 1 more turn, which is 4 dice rolls, to then play it. So 3 dice rolls is as low as we can go. We need 25 resources, start with 12, but can only collect 6 per dice roll. Without cities, that is, but building cities would be much slower. 25 less 12 is 13, which when divided by 6 is 2 and change. Obviously you can't have 2 and change dice rolls, which we have to round up to 3. But because that's kind of a lame answer, I wanted to see how quick we could beat Catan without an insane charisma stat. Here's what the board looks like for this one. Once more, placement order doesn't matter so long as these are the last ones built. Orange starts with 1 sheep, 1 rock, and 1 wheat. Red starts with 3 sheep. Blue starts with 2 sheep and a rock. White starts with 2 sheep and a wheat. Orange begins by rolling a 6 to gain 2 rocks, then builds a Monopoly development card. Blue and white then both roll 6s, resulting in orange gaining 4 more rocks. Red and orange both roll an 8, which gives blue 3 sheep, white 2 sheep, and red 1 sheep twice. Orange then plays their Monopoly card, calling sheep, to acquire all 19 sheep in play. 5 from red, 8 from blue, and 6 from white. Using their sheep port, orange turns 12 sheep into 6 wheat, then buys 6 development cards. 4 that provide a victory point, 1 road building, and another Monopoly. Blue, white, and red all roll 8s, which gives blue 9 sheep, white 6 sheep, and red 3 sheep in total. Orange rolls a 6, giving them 2 more rocks. They then play their Monopoly card, once more calling sheep, to acquire all 18 sheep in play. They turn 2 of their sheep into 1 wheat, build the last development card that grants a victory point, play their road building card, turn 8 sheep into 2 clay and 2 wood, then build 2 more roads to acquire longest road, turn 6 sheep into 1 clay, 1 wood, and 1 wheat, and finally build a settlement to obtain their 10th victory point in 3 turns, specifically 9 dice rolls. At a minimum, this variant requires 2 turns to win, one where you buy development cards and one where you play them. Monopoly is integral to obtain all the resources needed, as when you start messing around by building cities and additional settlements, you're just taking up too much time. The reason we need to use Monopoly twice is because the game only comes with 19 sheep. If there were infinite sheep, then we could shave off 1 dice roll, because we would need 1 less rock, and we could eliminate the initial 6 and have blue go go first. With only 3 players, not too much changes from the 4-player trading setup. The strategy is still building 5 development cards, 3 roads, and 1 settlement, 25 resources in total. Even the board doesn't look that dissimilar. By placing these settlements last, we can start the game with 4 wood, 2 sheep, 2 wheat, and 1 rock. Orange and white both roll 6s, which each give orange 1 sheep, red 2 wheat and a sheep, and blue 1 sheep and 1 wheat. Blue and red then roll 8s, which both give red 1 rock, blue 1 rock and 1 clay, and orange 1 clay. Orange, once more using their incredible persuasion, negotiates for red's 3 rocks, 5 wheat, and 3 sheep, and blue's 2 rocks, 3 wheat, 2 sheep, 2 wood, and 2 clay, offering absolutely nothing in return. They then build their development cards, roads, and settlement, and win after 2 turns, specifically 4 dice rolls. This variant needs 1 more dice roll than 4-player trading, just because you start with less resources here, 9 instead of 12. And even though, by acquiring 6 resources per roll, you can get 25 on the 3rd, I couldn't find a way to make those 25 be the 25 we need. Maybe this variant only needs 3 dice rolls, but I spent well over an hour staring at this board trying to make it work and I couldn't. So if it's possible, it's beyond me. Likewise, the 3-player no trading variant doesn't change much. In fact, the board is nearly identical to the one we used for 4-player no trading. Orange starts with 1 wheat, 1 wood, and 1 sheep. Red starts with 2 sheep and 1 wheat. Blue starts with 2 sheep and 1 rock. Orange rolls a 6, giving them 2 rocks. Blue and red both roll 11, giving orange 1 wood and 1 wheat twice. Orange rolls another 6, getting 2 more rocks, then buys a Monopoly development card. Next, blue, red, and orange roll 8s, which each give blue 3 sheep and red 2 sheep. Orange then plays their Monopoly card, calling sheep to acquire all 19 in play. They turn 16 sheep into 5 wheat and 3 clay, then buy 3 development cards, 1 giving them a victory point, 1 road building, and 1 Monopoly. Once more, blue, red, and orange all roll 8s, again giving blue 3 sheep and red 2 sheep each time. Orange again plays their Monopoly card, calling sheep to acquire the 15 in play. They turn 10 sheep into 4 rocks and 1 wheat, build the other 4 victory point development cards, play their road building card, build 2 more roads to get longest road, and finally build a settlement to get their final victory point in 4 turns, specifically 10 dice rolls. Like with 3-player trading, this variant takes 1 more dice roll than 4-player no trading, just because you can't get enough sheep that quick. And because you end this variant with no resources in hand, I don't see how you could shorten it. But there you have it, the fastest possible games of Catan. I hope you found this to be interesting. If you did, make sure to subscribe. That's the best way to let me know you like this kind of content. And if this video does well, I would definitely be open to making more content where I take board games to the limit. Take care.